You gotta keep on breathing if you wanna make sense of it all. We will not fall.
Mute you all, and we'll start seated. Let's start either cross-legged or butterfly, your choice. And let's take our hands out to the side, palms face up, so that we're in that receptive mode. And just rest the elbows, rest the shoulders, rest the palms down onto the knees. And just think about sitting nice and tall here, and maybe moving forwards or backwards so that you can level off the shoulders with the hips and really grounding yourself through your sit bones. So taking steady breaths in and out through the nostrils. The inhale is an energetic breath, taking it around the body, fingertips, crown of the head, into the toes. And the exhale allows a deep sense of letting go and release. And as you come to your mat today, just bring yourself into the present. Try to let go of all of those thoughts of past and future, just for the next 75 minutes of your day. Those thoughts don't need to be here to distract you. Allow yourself to be present. Feeling everything within your body, observing, taking note. And clearing your mind for practice. Our practice today will be mostly working with the upper body, opening up through the rib cage, sides of the body, front and back, strengthening and releasing into the shoulders, the chest, and the upper back. We still have that feeling of being grounded, being connected to the earth through our feet and our standing postures. It's that rooting and rising feeling. If you wish to, any intention today that might come into your mind for your practice, whatever that may be for you. Start to wiggle the fingers. Bring some movement back into the hands and the wrists. Start to circle the wrists one way and the other. Take that into the shoulders, circling the shoulders up towards the ears on your inhale, and circle all the way back on your exhale. A few more, coming forward, up, back, and down. Notice any of those clicks, those crunches, the grinding, or if it feels nice and smooth. The next time we take the arms all the way up and back, Sweeping the arms forward, up, back, and down. And the last time, we take the arms up and we interlace the fingers and bring the fingers at the back of the head. Open the elbows, press the elbows back behind you and open the rib cage here. So flare the rib cage. We try not to flare too much in our standing postures, but I want you to really press the ribs forward so that the curvature of the spine starts to come in here. Keep drawing those elbows back towards one another, and then nice and gently draw the elbows in towards one another, and exhale, curl forward into a forward fold, drawing the elbows down towards the earth. Deep breath out. Try to relax the shoulders. Notice where this stretch might come in, maybe at the back of the neck, into the upper back, maybe reaching all the way down the middle back. And then nice and slowly straighten up, widen those elbows once more, and then gently turn the spine. So keeping the elbows where they are, try not to bring one elbow forward, and then twisting out to the side. So turning the chest and bringing back to center. And twisting towards the other way. And bringing back into center, lifting the arms up and then just dropping a shoulder down towards the rib cage as you draw that elbow in towards the back of the head, and take it to the other side and just keep switching there. So whatever that feels like for you, maybe that elbow draws, even the upper arm can come behind the head. So it depends what your flexibility is like here. And then bring center back into cactus, dropping the elbows nice and wide, pressing the palms forward, and draw in and draw out. Twice more, draw in and draw out. Keep the elbows nice and level with the shoulders, drawing in, press the palms together. Draw out. Last time, draw them in, and this time lift the fingers, lift the elbows, lift the heart, lift the gaze. So the gaze goes up to the base of the palms. We're lifting up the elbows, stretching through the triceps. And then gently release. Ooh, give the shoulders a little circle, and let's come down into tabletop position. And coming onto your mat, wrists underneath your shoulder. Come on. And knees underneath your hips. So, really mobilizing through the spine here in your cat and cows. Inhale to look forward for cow. Exhale, curling into cat. Opening the heart space, drawing the shoulders back and rounding the shoulders. And bringing yourself back to neutral, shifting the pelvis one way and the other. Head gazes back towards the feet. So it's like a little S bend into the spine. And then starting to bend an elbow, getting a little bit deeper so you can drop an elbow and look up towards the opposite shoulder, dropping an elbow, looking up. And then coming back into neutral, left arm sweeps up, threading the needle, and through and under. Reach those fingers away, and maybe that hand reaches up in front of you, or you might wish to take that bind and that right hand comes to your left hip. 2 to 3 breaths here. Releasing the right hand, pressing in and bringing back to neutral, lifting right arm up and threading through and under. Again, taking the option of that arm coming forward towards the front of the mat or taking the bind to the right thigh. Couple more breaths. And gently release the hand. Bring back into neutral. Widen the knees, toes come together. Wiggle yourself back as you exhale into a wide leg child's pose. Reaching the hands wide of your mat. Pressing the chest down towards the mat. Forehead might come to a block or to the mat. And breathe through the back of your body here, so the back heart space in the center of the spine. And then bringing the hands underneath the head, just press up a little bit to close the knees. Come into a extended child's pose here, so up onto the fingertips, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold. Drawing hips back towards the heels, start to sweep the arms back to the hips and come into a reverse prayer. And your reverse prayer can be anywhere. It can be palms together, knuckles together, interlace the fingers. Let's stay for 5 breaths in reverse prayer, child's pose. Using the length of the spine, strength, lengthen on the inhale, open the chest even more into reverse prayer, and then start to bring yourself up to kneeling with a flat back, hands stay in reverse prayer, looking forward and staying in your kneeling position, rolling the shoulders here. And then finding stillness to release the hands, sliding out, heart pose, lifting the hips. Steady and slow breaths, melting the heart down. Try to relax the chest between the armpits towards the mat. And then sliding forward onto your forearms. You can either keep the knees down or you can tuck the toes and lift the knees into your forearm plank, pressing palms, elbows, and forearms into the mat. Press back through the soles of your feet. Nice long line from head to heels. Lifting up through the abdomen. Spine is long. Broadening across the shoulders. And then nice and slowly lower the body all the way to the mat and into neutral prone. Sway out through the hips. And let's come up into seal pose with a half frog. So the hands come out to the side. Right leg goes out. In line with the hips. Hi, Indy. And you can be on the palms or onto the fingertips here. We're going to start to roll up 3 times through the spine. So breathing in, ripple the spine up. You may not come too far because that right leg is out to the side. You're opening up into the hip. Ripple up. Try and ground through the pelvis. And ripple down. Ripple up. And ripple down. Close the leg, bring the hands back to neutral, sway out. Hands come to seal position, left leg into half frog, ripple up for 3. And lower. 2. And lower. 1. And lower. Hands come back. Leg comes back. Sway out. Half sphinx, quad stretch. Left arm 45 degrees. Right arm sweeps back to take hold of that foot. Might tuck into the elbow. Keep lifting up through the heart. Draw the heel in towards the buttock. Ground through the hip flexors here. 2 to 3 breaths to hold and stretch through that quad. Gently release the foot. Change hands. Left leg sweeps back. Keep pressing into the forearm, drawing the heel to buttock, grounding left hip flexor. Nice and slowly release the hand, let the foot float down, back into neutral prone, sway out. Press the tops of the feet into the mat, engage glutes, sweep the arms back behind you, interlace the fingers and press the knuckles as you roll the shoulders up and open and press into half locust. You don't have to come too high. Just making sure that you're engaging spinal extensors and abdominals here, lifting up a little on your inhale, pressing knuckles back to heels. 2 to 3 breaths, never holding the breath. Nice and slowly, lower down and sway out. Pressing back, tabletop. And back into child's pose. Nice deep exhale. Releasing the head down. And having a block handy if you need to come into a saddle pose. Going to bring the hands back to the knees, start to roll up through the spine this time. As you roll up, the buttocks drop between the heels and you draw the knees together. And maybe you lift the calves out of the way so that you can get into that half saddle here. So again, if you're sitting on the block can be underneath the buttocks. Knees are pointing straight ahead. Draw the knees downwards. Hands might come back behind you and then start to lift the hips, pressing the hips up to the sky. Nice deep stretch through the quadriceps. Open the chest, maybe go a little bit deeper. These are preparing for camels. And lift the hips, open chest to sky. And gently release. Hands come forward, tucking toes. Come into bent legged, downward facing dog, pedal out. Releasing one heel at a time, pressing chest back. Maybe introduce a little twist here, looking underneath the right armpit, looking underneath left armpit. And find your downward dog. Nice deep exhale. Release. So a little bit of balance technique here. Releasing the right foot down to the mat. Might be facing forward or 45 degrees. Release the left foot and then send that up to the sky. And this time you keep the left hand down and the right hand might come to take hold of the right foot. Open the chest, look forward, press the foot into the hand. You can always bend through that back knee if it's deep into the hamstring. Open chest, shoulder, through that right side of the body. And gently release, come into the opposite side. So ground that left foot. Right foot lifts, Right hand stays down. And you might shorten your dog here, it's always helpful. And left hand takes right foot, open chest, look forward, not scrunching into the back of the neck, keeping nice long spine. Lift the knee, press the foot into the hand. Gently release, exhale, downward facing dog. Connecting vinyasas. 2 of them through the sun salutations today. First one, come down into tabletop. Exhale, ground position. Release, inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Second one, chaturanga into up dog. You can always take your ground position cobra, of course. You don't have to do the chaturanga up dog. Walking the feet towards the hands at the front of the mat. Take a nice deep exhale into a fold. And breathe out, let everything hang heavy. Take hold of the elbows, sway from side to side. And relax the hands down, lift the sit bones, full forward fold, drawing the chest towards the thighs. Inhale, half lift. Hands might be on the shins or the blocks or the mat, looking forward. And then bend the knees, sweep the hands, and come into chair pose. Sitting back into your chair. Press through the feet, arms raised to sky. Exhale. Samastiti, Uttadasana. Find a few breaths, take a drink if you need. We're going to come into those sun salutations of Jivamukti. So Jivamukti, we haven't done these for a while. So we interlace the thumbs and the fingers are all nicely spread out. And what we do is we inhale and press so I'm just going to do it kneeling down so that you can see. So we inhale into our absolute, we press the palms back behind, press the backs of our hands behind us. And then when we come into the fold, we interlace the fingers once more and then come down into the forward fold that way. So you're going up, release, into the fold. Okay. So interlace the thumbs, feet can be apart or together. Inhale, upward salute, press the backs of the hands behind you, pelvis pushes forward. Release, bend the knees, sweep the arms up and back, interlace thumbs once more. Bend the knees, step back, right leg, high or low lunge. Arms circle all the way around, just as you did at the beginning. Hands come down, step back, downward facing dog. 2 connecting vinyasas. First one, knees down, ground position, cobra. Back to down dog. Second one, chaturanga. Up dog. Back to down dog. Right leg lifts up and back behind you, coming into the flow. Releasing the foot forward, planting back foot, warrior 1. Hips are square to the front. Inhale, arms up. Couple of breaths, bend into that front knee. Square the hips off, really ground through that back foot. Stepping into warrior 3, hands into the heart. Anjali Mudra, lifting back leg. Holding for 3, 2, 1. Stepping back, warrior 1. Release the foot with control. Plant and lift the arms. Exhale, bend. Hands into heart, twisted, warrior 1. Left elbow to right knee. Draw the hands in towards the heart, look towards the top shoulder. From here, release the hand down to the mat. Turn on the back foot as you come into a twisted lunge. So the right arm reaches up towards the sky. Press back through the heel. Drop the hips. This time we extend that top arm over the top of the head. Roll the rib cage a little bit more. Tricep to ear. Bicep to ear. And then bring the hand down on the inside and turn to side squat. So you're turning to the side of your mat. Okay, dropping through the hips, hands might come into the heart, slide across to the back of your mat. Okay, now this is where you're going to have to listen to the cues rather than watch. Hands come down, you're going to face the back of your mat, you're going to turn around, left foot grounds, right foot lifts straight up, standing splits, draw the heart in towards that left leg. Oh, gets the heart rate going. Holding for a nice 3, 2, and 1. Slowly lower the leg all the way into the left foot. Exhale, bend. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees. Inhale, chair. Press through the feet, bring yourself up to standing. I know you're facing the back, that's okay. Hands come down, you're just going to have to listen. Interlace the thumbs, inhale, upward salute. Press the back of the hands back. We're coming into the sun salutations on the other way. Exhale, swing them down by the legs. Interlace thumbs, press them forward. Release. Left leg goes back, high lunge. Circle the arms all the way around through the shoulder girdle. Hands come down, back to your down dog. Find your 2 connecting vinyasas. Knees down, ground position, cobra. Down dog. Second, chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Place it for warrior 1. Plant the back foot. Hips square to the front of the mat. Arms raised. Bend through the front knee. Deep breaths. Stabilize for the balance. Looking forward. Hands come into heart. Lift the back leg. Warrior 3. Holding for 3. 2. 1. Slowly with control, release back into warrior 1. Arms raise. Hands come into heart. Twisted warrior 1. Keep that back foot grounded. Right elbow, left knee. Release the right hand down. As you release the back foot, lift that left arm. Twisted lunge. And then extended twisted lunge is that top arm comes over the top of the head, reaches forward, palms face down, and then roll the rib cage up towards the sky. Both hands come down on the inside of that left foot. Turn to the side of your mat. Side squat. Doing great. Slide over back to the front of your mat. Turn towards that front right foot. Ground. Stabilize. Lift left leg. Standing splits. Draw chest in towards thigh. Head down towards toes. Slowly, slowly, slowly lower that left leg. Comes back to meet the right. Ground both feet. Deep breath out as you fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees. Sweep the arms, chair pose. Press through the feet. And exhale. Coming back into Tadasana. We're going to repeat that right and left. I'm going to add in a quad stretch and monkey twist after our twisted lunge. So interlace thumbs, inhale, lift, push the pelvis forward, exhale, fold and swing the arms back. Release as you step back, right leg, find the stability straight away. Circle the arms around, hands come down. Find your down dog and your two connecting vinyasas. Second might be your chaturanga, up dog, back to down dog. Right leg lifts, comes through for warrior one. Inhale, arms, bend through front knee. Stepping forward, warrior three. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release that back foot with control, back to warrior one, arms raise. Bend through front knee, hands come down. Left elbow, right knee, twisted warrior one. Open the chest and heart to the thumbs. Release left hand, release left foot. Sweep the arm up into your twisted lunge. Release the back left knee down, nice and gently. Reach the right arm back. Maybe you take hold of that foot. Stretch the quadriceps here. Woo! Monkey twist. And release. Tuck the back toe. Sweep the arm over the head, extended. Roll the rib cage. Both hands come down on inside foot. Side squat. Hands into heart, slide over to the back of your mat, stay low, turn to the back of the mat, ground through left foot, and then draw the chest in towards the thigh as you start to lift that right leg up into standing splits. Remember, standing splits has a squared hip. Draw that right hip down. Maybe test your balance. Take one or both hands off in your standing splits. Slowly, with control, right leg joins left. Exhale, full fold, ground both feet. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, bend the knees, sweep the hands, chair pose. Press through the feet to stand. Exhale, hands down by the side of the body, repeating left, interlacing thumbs, upward salute, inhale. Exhale, fold, sweep, swing, interlace thumbs. Step back, left leg, high lunge, arms circle, all the way around, comes down to the mat, step it back, down dog, two connecting vinyasas. Second vinyasa. Left leg lifts. Sweep it through to warrior one. Inhale, arms. Exhale, bend. Sink hips towards front heel. Looking forward. Draw hands in. Whoop. And stepping forward into warrior three. Holding for 3, 2, and 1. Release the back foot. Inhale, arms. Exhale, bend the knee, hands to heart. Take the twisted warrior one. Right elbow, left knee. Open the chest to the palms. Release the right hand down, release the back foot, sweep that left arm up to the sky, twisted lunge, release that right knee gently, sweep the arm back to take hold of the foot if you wish, sink the hips, open up left side of armpit, shoulder, rib cage, monkey twist. Release foot, tuck toe, sweep arm up, extended twist, roll rib cage to sky, palm faces down, and then side squat. Slide it back to the front. Hands come down, chest is already low to the thigh, so try to keep it there as you drop the head to the toes and lift the back leg. Standing splits, test your balance. Release the right and left hand. Slowly with control, lower the left leg all the way to meet the right. Ground both feet as you breathe out and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, sweep the hands, chair pose. Press through the feet. And exhale, hands down by the side of the body. Good work. Let's come into standing balances. 3 in a row. Eagle, dancer, chapasana. So left leg is your stabilizer, crossing over right. Left arm on top for eagle. Start to bend through the legs, rooting and rising. So where we had those position of the hands, I want you to lift the elbows away from the shoulders in these eagles. Keep lifting the elbows up, lift the heart, lift the gaze, bend the knees, root and rise. From here, release the leg, release the hands, draw the thigh in towards the chest. Prepare for dancer, send the leg back to quad stretch, arm releases, press foot into hand. We're going to open up the rib cage and the thigh and the hip at the same time into Chapasana. So you're going to turn slowly, slowly, slowly with control. It's tricky. You might overdo it. Bring yourself back and release the foot. So from your dancer, you're going to start to open the thigh, open the hip, open the body to the front. That's coming into your Chapasana. Then you bring it back. Left side. So right leg is your stabilizer. Left leg crosses over. Right arm on top this time. Exhale. Bend. Inhale. Arms rise. Good, nice eagle, strong spine. We're going to start to release the arms, release the leg, brings it up into your chest to thigh. Release to quad stretch. Arm releases into dancer. Now find that balance here. Remember, stability through that supporting leg as you start to open the knee, the thigh, the hip, the chest. Reach the fingers away. Woo! And release back. It's tricky. And bring center. Let's try once more. So left leg stabilizer. Right leg over. Left arm on top. Bend, bend, bend. See if you can take that foot off in your eagle this time if you didn't already. I didn't. Lift the elbows. Unravel. Chest to thigh, thigh to chest, release to dancer. Press foot into hand. Slowly with control. Foot, knee, hip, chest. It's hard. Bring back to center. And opposite side. Right leg is your stabilizer, left leg over, right arm on top. Root and rise, ground to the earth, rise to the sky. Eagle, into dancer. It's all fluid, flowing movements. Think foot, knee, hip, chest, armpit. Good. And release. Come back into center. Good work. Take a few moments. Process all that standing work, all that heart opening shoulder work. Let's come down to our mats. Inhale. Exhale, swan dive. Nice flat back. Really keep the weight out of the heels as you fold. Inhale into strong half lift. Again, weight out of the heels. Lift the sit bones. Exhale. Your choice, step it back into plank, or you can hop or float it back into your chaturanga up dogs and back into your down dogs. 5 breaths. Come to child's pose when you are ready. Bring the hands underneath the body, bring the knees together. Sweep the arms back around. Let's take that reverse prayer once more. Let's see if we get any more further opening. Lengthen the spine away. Exhale, draw the shoulders back. And then lengthen spine, lengthen crown to front of mat, and lift up. Nice flat back up to kneeling. Still hands in reverse prayer. Drop the shoulders, stop the ribs from flaring. Maybe you get a little bit deeper into that reverse prayer in a kneeling position. And gently release the hands and circle through the wrists, circle through the shoulders. Well done. Dropping into our saddle pose. So taking the knees a little bit wider, moving those calves, using a block if you need to, and just pressing the hands into the feet here to just stretch through the tops of the arches. And then wherever you may go into your hero, you could always rest back onto a bolster or just onto the elbows. So interestingly, after my Yorkshire 3 Peaks walk, I've been left with a condition called neuralgia paresthetica, which is a neurological trauma to the thigh. So I've got tingling and numbness in my left quad. It's great, isn't it? I think I'm too old to climb the 3 Peaks in Yorkshire. But apparently quad stretches help. Keep lengthening the knees forward. Breathing into those tight areas. And gently coming up, taking time, bringing yourself back up into kneeling. So, reaching the arms up, coming up into a high kneel. Probably giving the knees a little bit of space here, so about hip width apart. Going to come into zombie camel. So we're going to start to keep the spine nice and straight, reaching back and bring yourself up. Good. So twice more, reaching back and coming up and coming back and staying for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo! Bring yourself up. Left hand goes to left heel or to the block. Right arm reaches up towards the sky. Stretch the arm as you root through the legs, pushing the pelvis forward. Twisted camel. Bring yourself center. Change the arms. Left arm rises. Right arm comes back. Push the pelvis forward. Lift out of the chest. Bring yourself back and release and swing the legs out in front of you. Draw the toes up towards the sky. And this is a flat fold forward, so not a rounded forward fold. This is all to keep the chest and the heart open. So it's more like a Paschimottanasana than a forward fold. Reach the arms forward over the toes. Keep the chest open. Spine is long. Maybe you take the 2 peace fingers around the big toe. Relax the shoulders and give yourself that wiggle. Draw the shoulders down. Keep the chest nice and open. Long spine. Holding for 5 breaths. Exhale just a little bit more. And as you release, take the right leg with you. Draw the knee in towards the chest. And extend the leg up towards the sky. You can take hold of the underneath of the foot. Try not to let the body sink back behind you, but keep onto the sit bones. Always bend into the knee if you need. And draw the body towards the leg. Draw the leg towards the body. Slow and steady breaths, doing great. And gently release that leg. Take a twist. Ground through that foot. If you wish to, you can wrap that leg around. I haven't done it for a while. So dropping both hips down towards the mat. Ground through that big right toe. And then open the chest up towards the side. Try to really release that right sit bone next to that left heel. Sitting tall on the inhale, exhaling, deepening that rotation. We're going to turn ourselves all the way around, come back into the twist on the other side. So you're going to go towards the left side of your mat and right knee comes under, come into the twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Keep that big left toe grounding. And gently bring yourself back into center. Unravel the underneath leg and then start to lift the left leg up towards the sky. Again, drawing that chest in towards the thigh, keeping the spine nice and long and drawing the leg in towards the chest. From here, bend the knee, release. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Again, nice flat back. See if we get any further distance on that second fold. Maybe take hold of the toes. And then gently release, bring yourself up. And maybe, like me, I'm too far at the back of my mat, so shunt yourself forward just a little bit and lift the knees and lift the feet into your half boat or your full boat, keeping the spine nice and long, really balancing on the sit bones here, maybe extending the feet, reaching the palms away, fingertips stretch, toes stretch. Give yourself a smile. You've done amazing work. And then if you wish to, you can start to lower the body and lower the legs, and coming all the way down to the mat and release to David's favorite place of Shavasana. Few breaths. We haven't quite finished yet, but it does start to slow down now. Draw the knees in and gently roll out through the spine. Start to ground yourself into the mat once more through the back body. So really feel the back part of your heart space in between the shoulder blades. Spread the shoulder blades out underneath you. And then take the arms wide, keep the knees in towards the chest. Turn the palms face up for a moment. Just take a look left and right to see if they're in line with the shoulders, or maybe they're a little higher. And then turn the palms face down. So just notice what happens within the internal rotation of the shoulder girdle. Press the fingers, the palms down into the mat. And then turn the palms up. Open the chest. Spread the shoulders underneath you. Turn the palms face down once more. And face up. This time, keep the palms face up, engage the core and start to lower the knees over to the right side. Try to keep both of them together as much as you can. Slowly, 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 we're anchoring as if I'm standing by the side of you and holding on to that left shoulder. So engage back extensors, core, side body, and then maybe there comes a point where the feet might touch, the knees might come down, or they might start to separate and one knee comes down, but keep the chest open to the sky. And then if you are able to here, we're going to separate the legs. The top leg goes towards your right hand. You might take hold of the foot or the ankle. And your left leg starts to straighten the thigh, but your left hand might come to take hold of the right foot. So it's a cat-tail movement. So left hand, right foot, right hand, left foot. You're confused. So top leg over the body, takes hold of right foot. So your left leg is over the top, held by right hand. That's it. Left hand takes, that's it. Yeah, you got it. Draw that left shoulder down. Woo, cattail. Good. Nice and slowly. I know you're there already, but take a few more breaths. Notice where you might be feeling this challenge here. You're opening the chest towards the sky. You've got a deep rotation into the upper spine. Got a quad stretch, hamstring stretch. Release the underneath leg first and release the top leg, and then bring yourself back into center, knees to chest. Sway out. Good. So it's all a process, and some of the things you may not reach. So this time, anchor through the right shoulder. Knees go over to the left, nice and slowly. Slowly, slowly, slowly. They lower and they are clenched together as far as possible. One's going to start to probably open up the knees, or you're going to start to pull away with your right shoulder. So feet might come down. Knee might come down, knees might separate, but really keep anchoring right shoulder down. Holding for a few breaths. So this time your right leg, your top leg, extends to your left hand. Might take hold of foot or ankle or calf, and then you slide your knee back onto the mat, and you're lengthening your thigh and your hip flexor there, and your right hand comes down to take hold of the left foot. And just find a place that is comfortable here, and maybe that right shoulder has gently lifted away, so try and restructure yourself to draw both shoulder blades downwards, chest to the sky. So we've done a lot of quad stretches in the practice today, with the prone ones, the camel, the zombie camel, the hero, the dancer. All of those are thigh stretches. Lots of hamstring stretches with the folds and the down dogs. Nice and gently release the lower leg first, and then the top leg. Bring that top leg back into center, and knees into chest. Roll and massage out. Feet come down to the mat, soles of the feet down. So hands come back into cactus this time. So bring the heels as close into the buttocks as you can. We're pressing up into bridge. Keep the neck nice and long. So lift the hips, send the knees forward. Again, thighs are already warmed up. And keep the chest nice and open. Pressing into the backs of the hands, the forearms, the elbows, the upper arms. Nice, pull the forward arm, through the hips, engage glutes. A little bit of stabilization here. Ground through the left foot, lift the right foot, extend all the way. Drop through that right hip, keep the right hip lifted. And release. Stabilize through right leg, press into cactus arms, lift left. Oh, that's slightly easier this side. Lift the left hip, reach that left leg long, below. Good. And release. Left hips. And roll down, lower, good. Knees draw in. Roll and massage out. Last pose before we come into Shavasana is our fish pose. So hands come underneath the body, palms face down, and then press up into the forearms and the elbows, and maybe the head comes back behind you. You might wish to lift the feet away from the mat, or you might just wish to stay in fish pose for 5, 6, 7 breaths. Close the eyes. Try not to let the chest sink between the shoulders here. Keep opening the chest up, pressing into the palms and the forearms, and coming out of the pose by sliding the head back, coming down and releasing the hands. If you feel that there is something else you need right now, go ahead, do that. Before you come into Shavasana, maybe just make sure that you're nice and warm. Maybe you like to do a shoulder stand or a halasana, or just simply come into your final relaxation. So as you now lie back, making sure that you are comfortable, making those final adjustments to the body so that you can allow yourself time to be still for the next 5 or 6 minutes of your practice today. Allow the mind to be present. Letting go of distraction, returning to the breath, returning to physical sensations and feelings as you lie on your mat. Allow the body to rest. Take a deep breath out and let go of tightness and tension you may still be holding. One day, a woman was walking down the street and a stranger bumped into her. She was furious. It was a hot day, she was busy, she was late, and now anger was pouring through her at how stupid and careless others were. She turned to the man to unleash her anger, and when she met his eyes, she realized he was blind. How could she be heartless to the blind, she thought in shame, and how could she overact without understanding the full picture? She immediately apologized and vowed to step beyond her anger by turning it to compassion. When we step out of our egos of anger, jealousy, and dislike, we can step into genuine feeling and acceptance for each other. When we remove the blind spots to anahata, we can experience the faithful feeling that this chakra imbues. Unconditional love and respect for all sentient beings, including yourself. I'll leave you for a few moments of silence and bring you back around shortly. And beginning to take a few deeper breaths now, bringing awareness back into your surroundings, onto your mat, and into the body by bringing soft and gentle movement, hands, feet, head. And giving yourself a big stretch, drawing the knees in, rolling out, taking time before you return to seated, returning to Anjali Mudra to close our practice together, sitting nice and tall. Just take note of how you feel here compared to when you began your practice. Just notice if any areas of the body have felt challenged, but also have been released and opened, providing an energetic balance into the higher chakras. And returning and reminding yourself of your own personal intention for practice. And how this intention could be taken into daily life, always taking yoga with you as you go. Not always just a physical practice, and always thanking yourself for your body and your breath and focus and energy. I thank you. Indy thanks you. Namaste.